What would happen if the power grid that transmits electricity to your house fails? Well, for starters, it would mean that you would not be watching this video. But have you ever wondered what keeps the grid running and ensures you do not have to live a life without electricity? So today we are at another Aditya Birla Group plant. We are standing right now at the compound of Aditya Birla Power Composites Limited. We have somebody who is a very important part of this particular plant. She's instrumental in the making of this place as well. I have with me Kalyani Kumari, who has been part of the engineering leadership program. And I'm going to ask her a lot about how this place works, what is the process of getting into here, and how you can also be a part of this place. So let's get going. Hi Kalyani. Thank you very much, Kalyani, for making us comfortable here. You know, this seems like a pretty place. Yeah. This seems unlike any of the plants that I've seen so far. Kalyani, tell me a little bit about yourself. How did your journey start with the big bad world of engineering, if I have to ask you?
I have done my engineering from Vanasthari Vidyapeeth in electronics and instrumentation.
Right.
There is very few girls that are opting for engineering, especially for the core subjects like electrical, electronics, etc. And initially when I also told my parents that I want to pursue engineering, then there was a little bit hindrance, like how she will manage everything outside home and everything like that. Somehow I managed to convince them that I'm pretty well in mathematics, I like physics, so I have to do this thing because I'm quite interested. So that led me to this path.
Let's talk a little bit about the engineering leadership program through which you also came in here. What is the exact process of ELP, if you can mention a little bit? Why does Aditya Birla Group stress on hiring people through this program? And how does it differ from any other graduates that are coming in working in the system?
So basically, it starts from the pre-placement talk. They tell you about what they are doing in their manufacturing unit, and then they go for a test. Now, the test is basically about your core subjects, basic aptitude, language, etc.
Right.
And once you clear that, then you go for a GD. That is a group discussion round, where they just understand like how you can put your things, how you can manage to discuss a thing in a group and come up with a solution or something like that. And after that, there was a technical round. That is a personal interview technical round, and that's it. That was the whole process of getting it into ELP program. So once we joined the group, there was an induction program. Afterwards, we were sent to different units location. First, we were sent to Renukut to just have a basic idea what a plant look like, how it works, etc. Afterwards, we were assigned projects for the other two stints. My second stint was at Nagda unit, and my last stint was at Viraval.
Right.
Afterward, I was assigned to on-the-job training in the Nagda unit itself, and after the whole process of assessment and everything, I got the confirmed job role at this position at Halol.
Right. When you got this job, was anything existing at this place? Were you sure about what you are getting into, what you need to do next?
So I will tell you that it was a kind of challenge for me. When I said yes to this project, I didn't know anything about insulators.
So insulators are the critical components of all power infrastructure. It is what is used in step-up and step-down transformers to vary the voltage sent to your house. This is also what trips your MCBs in case of a power surge. At the recently built Halol plant of ABPCL, these large composite hollow core insulators are being built using their proprietary technology.
So I have been involved in this plant from very starting.
Right.
From building up this building to installing the plant and now establishing the production also.
Kalyani, it will be criminal if you don't explore this place, the kind of spaces that you build, the kind of work that you do. So why don't we just move around and do that bit? Let's go.
Okay.
Kalyani, this looks like a very neat and clean place for a plant to operate.
Yeah.
So, can you make me understand what exactly is this place? How is it different from maybe other places where insulators were made?
So we are making hollow core composite insulators here. Majorly have three components. One is the core, which is FRP tube. The other is the housing, which is the silicon housing over the insulator. And the third is assembly. And currently I am looking after the filament winding, machining and molding for this plant.
So now as an assistant manager, Kalyani, if I have to ask you, how much of a people person you have become in these 2 years of managing these many people that you're working with and working with the group that you are working with?
It's been a long journey, I would say, for me. Because initially I didn't know anything how to manage resources, be it the human resource or be it the raw materials and everything. But right now, currently, you say me that you have to do this, and I'm like, okay, I will see. How can I open my Excel and do some planning stuff and came up with solutions. So that's a very good feeling for me that I can take that much responsibility.
Kalyani, what moves you to come to work every day and show up every day and make sure that the targets that you have set for yourself are fulfilled?
So when you are a production guy or a production girl, it's very interesting to achieve the target. I would say it's a kind of game for me. It excites me. Okay, this is the date and this is the number I have to achieve, and accordingly I manage the team. It's a kind of sort of cricket we are playing or something. We have a target we have to achieve, and that keeps me motivating. It's very interesting to chase the target.
So I would request you to show me a little bit around this place. How exactly is the process that works? What are the kind of things that you do on a daily basis so that our audience can also understand the nitty-gritties and the processes that are involved in this? Since you mentioned that it's a very new process, it will be interesting to see that, I'm sure as well.
Right, sure.
Right. So let's go and check that
go.
out. What is this, Kalyani? Muda, Mura, Muri? What does this mean?
So we call it 3M.
Mhm.
This is very important for a lean manufacturing setup. So as you can see, Mura is waste. Waste, that is failure of people or process efficiency, like you are underusing it. Then there is Mura, which is unevenness. So there is the concept of standardization. So that is unevenness should not be in the process. The next is Muri, which is overburden. Like overburden, if it is machine or a people, it's not going to produce a good result.
Right.
Even from the inception of this plant, we have considered this concept. As you can see, this is a lean system. Nothing
Absolutely.
goes back, everything goes in front.
Superb.
Yeah.
Let's go and check out some other interesting details of your work.
This is a extraction machine. So once the tube is cured, then we have to extract the mineral or the metal part from inside the tube, and we want the tube as you can see over here. So this is the area where we do finishing and packaging. We clean, we inspect. If something is required, we do as per the standard, and then it is finally ready for this dispatch.
Kalyani, you were mentioning while we were taking this tour that this is something very new in India as well. This is very new
Right.
as a concept as well. How do you see your future in a place like this, building things for the Aditya Birla Group?
Since I got the opportunity to learn something which is completely new, nobody had any experience in this, like no one had any expertise in this from us. So now we have built up something which is completely new. Then I have gained the confidence, like if something comes up which is completely new, I don't know anything about it, I can do it.
Right.
Bit by bit, I can build very big thing.
Kalyani, tell me, how has your camaraderie been with your people who are around you? Do they fear you as somebody who manages them with a strict hand, or they're friends like you?
The kind of job role that I have, sometimes I have to be strict, sometimes I have to be friendly with them. But yeah, definitely I haven't created a barrier. Like if there is something, they can definitely share to me.
Right.
But it's up to me. Sometimes I have to make calls, and I have learned this in this 2 years, like where I have to take a strict call and where I have to mold myself a little bit in a friendly manner.
And how confident would you say you have become from that Kalyani who just graduated from her engineering college, came in here with a lot of doubts, to now standing in front of us and talking about it?
If we were talking way 3 years back, Then I would say I had a lot of confusions. Oh, how things will happen. If you give me a project, maybe I will be very confused how to approach it. But now at least I know how to approach it and how to build things. So that's a very big difference what I
Right.
can feel.
For future ELPs, for people who are willing to join a place like this, who are willing to join you to work in a plant like this, what would be your advice, and what would be that thing that you want to leave our audience with?
I would say that just do not get comfortable at any position you are in. Try to keep yourself open for new opportunity and try to keep yourself open to learn new skills. Do not bound yourself, because if you will create a boundary, then you will miss something, and you have literally a lot of opportunity inside this group. So just do not get bounded by anything and explore everything you want to.
Kalyani, thank you very much for giving us this guided tour. Thank you very much for being so open about your journey, your experiences. If you also want to know more about Kalyani and her journey, and you have any questions that you want to ask her, Kalyani is going to be part of the Conversations Cafe ELP event that we have organized. If you also want to register yourself, there's a link in the description. Do check that out. Register yourself for the Conversations Cafe ELP event. Meet people like Kalyani, ask them questions or doubts that you have, and be assured that you will get the help that you need to get into a place like this. Thank you very much, Kalyani, once again for your time, and wish you all the luck in your life.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks
very
that
much.
you visited.